Good evening, baseball fans. I'm JerseyBorn, and this is not a broadcast. This is going to be you could say a sad video, a explanation video on why there will be no more Astros franchise. And as I say that, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people who are very pissed. I mean, I wouldn't say they're like pissed to the point where they can ride to my house. I mean, you never know. I mean, maybe people will do that, but I mean, I'm extremely pissed. I mean, I was pretty much a moron. That's pretty much how this entire thing happened. So basically, how this all came to be was I was extremely far ahead in the Astros franchise compared to where I was in the series on YouTube. Like, I think I was still in like the ALDS on YouTube, and I was in like the next season. Like, I was in 2016 for the Astros franchise, like early 2016, the first month, and I was still in the ALDS for the Astros franchise. So when you're that far ahead of a series for YouTube, it kind of gets annoying to the point where when you're putting out episodes, like I would be putting out, once I got to 2016, I would probably be like towards, like past the All-Star break of 2016 when I'm just starting 2016 on YouTube, if that makes any sense. Because I'm just so far ahead of it, because it was literally like the only thing I would play. Because even though I'm a big fan of most sports, and I mean, 2K is fun to play, even though I'm not the biggest basketball fan, even though I like playing sports games, I like playing other games, it was just, I was so into Astros franchise. I loved posting, I loved playing it, I got really into it. It seemed like a lot of you guys were into it, a lot of my friends were into it, and I just played it all the time. That's all I did. So as a result of that, I was always far ahead of it in the series compared to what I was. Well, I was always far ahead of it on the actual game than I was compared to YouTube. So when that stuff happens, you gotta find something else to play. I mean, you don't have to, but to make it easier on myself, I figured I would, like, you know, let's just start like a fantasy draft franchise to play just for fun. When I'm not recording, just play a fantasy draft franchise. So I did the fantasy draft. I was in a call with a couple of my buddies when I was doing it, and it was at like 5, 6 a.m. I mean, this was like, the thing about me, guys, is I am always up till like 6, 7. Sometimes I'm going to go to bed till like 8 a.m. and I won't wake up till like 3. I mean, you'll see my videos get scheduled for around that time, but that's because I schedule them. It's not because I'm actually uploading them at that time, because I'm usually not awake at that time. But at this time, it was like 7, 8 in the morning when I finished the draft, and I was like, I'm not going to play any games, just going to save, get off for the night. So I did that, I saved it, and then I didn't get back on PS4 until the next day around like 4 p.m., 5 p.m., something like that. So I get on PS4, like, gonna play the Astros, and I go to load it, and there's no Astros. The only save file there was the Blue Jays, which was the fantasy draft that I did. That was the only save file there was the Blue Jays fantasy draft. And that, at first I saw that, I was like, no, that can't be right. I mean, I'll back out of that menu and I'll go back in and Astros will be there. I did that, and it wasn't there. And at this time I was in a call with a couple of my buddies, guys like Crowbar, Bias Bulls fan, or Kyle, Mike, Green Monster. I think there was a couple other guys, I'm not sure, but at that time I believe it was just them, and I pretty much freaked out. Like, I was screaming, I was like, God damn it, no, no, no! And I was just screaming, and I mean, as stupid as that sounds, to be so pissed over just a franchise in a video game. I mean, for me, there's more to it just having a franchise. There's YouTube, which is, to be completely honest, if I'm 100% honest, my channel would not be where it is right now if I didn't do Astros franchise, because Astros franchise is the base of my channel. MLB franchise is what I do right now, because the games that I play aren't out yet. I mean, games like Madden, and I'm not going to start a Madden 25 franchise, but Madden, NHL, I'm not going to start. I mean, I do have the NHL for the Stars, but that's not the point. The point is, the base of my channel is the Astros franchise. So when I saw that I accidentally saved over it with the Blue Jays fantasy draft, it really, really pissed me off. It got to the point where I was screaming, and I mean, I wouldn't say like to the point where I could like punch someone, but I was just like, I would say the better words are probably I was extremely disappointed. That's probably the better way to put it. And because of that, it kind of took away my motivation to play MLB. I mean, that's why you guys have been seeing a lot more Road to the Show, because I just, for a while I couldn't think of because I knew I want to do a new MLB franchise, because I'm not going to stop doing MLB franchises, and I just couldn't find a team that I wanted to go with. I didn't know if I wanted to do a fantasy draft, I didn't know if I wanted to go with, like, the Yankees, I didn't know if I wanted to go with, like, I think I thought about the Padres at one point, even, like, the White Sox. But I'll announce the team I picked in a second, but at first, it just, like I said, I just couldn't find a team that I wanted to do. So what I did was I just playing a lot more Road to the Show. I was playing a lot more 2K My GM, just for fun, not recording purposes. And, I mean, that was just all I was playing. I wasn't playing an MLB franchise because I couldn't get, like, addicted to it like I was with the Astros. I mean, with Astros, I was, like, straight addicted to it. Like, I was into it. I loved playing it. I mean, if you guys have ever been, I'm sure you guys are all gamers, if you guys have ever been addicted to a game or addicted to a franchise that you're on and you just always want to play it, that's pretty much what I was with Astros franchise. So, I mean, when something like that just completely stops you from playing it, it's very disappointing. But it's if you look on the flip side of things, I mean, you've got Madden coming out relatively soon. It's August 1st right now, so end of August, Madden 15 is coming out, and I will be doing a series for a franchise or Connected Careers or whatever the hell they call it. I think it's just Connected Franchise or something, but I'm just going to call it franchise. I'll be doing a Madden franchise, I'll be doing an NHL GM mode, which they'll all be broadcast comms, just like I do with the franchise, broadcast comms. In the NHL, I will most likely, I'm like 99.9% sure I'll be doing a Devils GM, rebuilding the Devils. And I'm not sure on Madden yet. I'm not 100% sure on Madden yet, so I'm going to keep that a surprise. But for, like I said, like for MLB, I'm going to be still doing MLB. I'm still going to be posting MLB. But I mean, if you look on the flip side of things, you've got MLB that'll be posting, you've got NHL that'll be posting, so there's not just going to be Astros franchise. Like right now, the base of my channel is Astros franchise. So, I mean, if this happened while MLB was still, like, even though MLB is really the only game I post right now, if this happened, like, in the midst of, like, MLB's life cycle, like, in the beginning of it, where it was literally the only game I posted, that would be a serious, serious downside of my channel. But right now, I'm confident that I could get you guys to the point, maybe even more, with this next franchise I'll be doing. And that franchise will be a Pittsburgh Pirates franchise. I've decided on the Pittsburgh Pirates because of I just like the team, and even though last year they made the playoffs and they had a winning season for the first time in like 18 years or some ridiculous number like that. I mean, they had a good season last year, but this year, I mean, now they're starting to pick things up, but they're not really to the point where people think they should be. I mean, they're not really a team. People will think of the Pirates and they're like, oh yeah, that's a good team. That's a team that's untouchable in MLB franchise. Because, I mean, when a team is just consistently good, and because people like to see rebuilding in franchise, that's just how it is, it seems. They like to see rebuilding, and they like to see teams that are bad become good. That's what they like to see. So, I mean, the Pirates aren't necessarily rebuilding. I mean, they're like a team that has a few pieces in place. Like they have teams, like they have Andrew McCutchen there. They have Pedro Alvarez, Neil Walker's a solid piece at second base. Jordy Mercer's a solid piece at shortstop. They've got a few guys in the minors that are coming up. Garrett Cole's there, Liriano, Jameson Taillon in the minors, Gregory Polanco in the minors. I mean, Starling Marte in left field. They've got Jay Hay or Josh Harrison in right. I mean, they've got guys who are solid pieces, but then they've got guys who are just average pieces as well. I mean, guys that need to be upgraded or should be upgraded. Like, at first base, they have a platoon of Ike Davis and Gabby Sanchez. So, I mean, there's positions like that need to be upgraded. I mean, they don't really have, like, the big-name guys. I mean, they've got McCutchen. Even Pedro Alvarez is a great player, but really no one knows who he is. I mean, the guy's really good. He's El Toro, the Bull. And, like I said, I mean, the Pirates will be fun. What got to do with it? They're not really 100% ready to be like competing for a World Series yet, but they're also not 100% on the rebuilding side either. So I mean, it would go both ways. I'd be rebuilding in some way, and I'd be shopping for a contending team in another way. I mean, it's kind of like a mixture of both. But I'd also be trying to win at the same time. And I could do a lot of that. Plus, I could do a lot with the broadcasting side of things. I mean, with the Pittsburgh Pirates, I mean, they're a fun team to watch. They're like the Oakland A's. They've got personalities on the team. They've got cool stuff you can do with the team, and they're just fun to watch. So I could do with that. And I've got some good ideas in future for this series, and I'm hoping you guys are going to enjoy it as much. I mean, I'm hoping you guys just enjoy just in general, because I mean, I know it's really a bummer that I'm not going to be doing Astros franchise, and trust me, it really disappoints me too. I mean, my buddy Arios was telling me the other day how, like, it really gets to him how I can't be doing Astros anymore. Now he's the only schmuck doing the Astros franchise, but I mean, you gotta roll with the punches. It's like life, it's like baseball season. Bad things happen, and you gotta roll with the punches. There's ups and downs, and this is an unfortunate down, but I'm not going to get derailed by it, and we will still be posting MLB content, Madden content when it comes out, NHL content. We will still be posting good content. At least I hope it's good. I mean, I've been told it's good. But hoping you guys are going to enjoy it. Hoping you guys are looking forward to Pirates franchise as much as I'm looking forward to posting it. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up. So I'm JerseyBorn, and I'll talk to you guys later.